Hello, everyone. Welcome to Telecuento News. As always, in our English version, we are grateful to have Anna. She lives in Branson, Missouri. We know that Branson yesterday signed off a contract with Immigration and Informants with the 287G. That this vote was very controversial. The room was full of people against, but even with that, the city moved forward. Anna, thank you. Anna is a community organizer there. Somebody telling us, a leader in this community, telling us exactly what happened yesterday and how is today in Branson with this decision from the city.
As you could see in the meeting, in the city council meeting, that there were the majority of the people spoke against the 287G. There, I believe there's only one that actually spoke in favor, but the councilman voted 6-0 and passed it. So today there's a lot of fear. There's fear amongst the immigrant community, as well as there's fear amongst the business people and the residents here as well, for different reasons, of course.
Exactly, but let's go first with the people. The how is the Latino community they live in Branson? How is this community? This is a problematic community. Do you feel that was really a reason for have this kind of agreement?
No, the Hispanic community overall here is not a problematic community. There have been a couple of instances, of course, just like anywhere, that something happened and they use that as their reason to pass this bill. But that was an isolated event that happened a few years back. This is not something that happens on a constant basis. As a matter of fact, I see it in courts being an interpreter, but you can see it on the public information. You can go to the Taney County inmate roster and you can see that there's maybe 5 or so inmates that are actually Hispanic, and the rest are all Americans, American citizens. So this is not something that is generally a problematic community here. We're a very calm community, very Christian community, and we don't generally have a lot of problems, especially within the immigrant community as a whole, not just Hispanics.
So let's talk about the workforce development. Branson is a tourist area. They depend a lot on the workforce. You was told me before in a Spanish interview that it's unable to fill all the jobs with the locals there. So what will be the situation in the summer and how? And you told me something about the business, some business use. What do you think? Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yes. So every year here, being a tourist town, we have a lot of seasonal work and we don't have enough local residents to fill those jobs. So we use a lot of J1 visas and H2B visa workers to fill those positions. And we never fill them every year. We still have around 1,000 or more jobs left unfilled every single tourist season. So by having this, as what a lot of the local workers have also expressed, is that they're worried about being harassed for their papers and to prove their status here. So that will be a very unwelcoming place for these visa workers to come to, because they won't feel safe. Nobody wants to have to carry their passport around, because if they lose their passport, then they're in big trouble. They have to be able to have their passport. And carrying your passport around, there's always the chance that you could drop it somewhere or something. So that's a huge concern. So if we don't have workforce, the businesses can't stay open either.
And so let's go to the other side. As a tourist area, you depend on the people go there. It's a big
Mhm.
destination in the Midwest, I will say. People go from different states to the Branson, Missouri area to enjoy the vacation, have the attractions. So what do you thinking, guys, will be happen to the tourist area? What is the mayor business with this kind of decision?
Well, we are worried that it's going to reduce tourism. We are worried of that, and I saw it last year. I work in a tourist attraction here as well, and for obvious reasons, I won't say where, but I noticed, because I've worked there for many years, and I noticed that even our other cultured visitors were not nearly as were or over the last season. There was a lot less. And we're, of course, afraid that not only will those people not come, but that other people won't want to come here because they don't want to risk being in a situation like what we're seeing in Minneapolis and Chicago and Portland and those other states. So that's a part of the fear as well. We don't want to lose tourists. That is our bread and butter here.
My last question for you, the time here go
Mhm.
fast. Well, I
Yes.
have two questions. What do you think? And do you think in the Latino community, we saw in other areas that when this situation happened, people start migrate, leave the towns, try to move away. Do you think in Branson, the Latino community starts thinking about leaving the town, go to other towns?
Yes, some have already left. Some are preparing right now. I'm seeing them posting their things for sale. Some are even putting themselves at risk. They would prefer to be in danger in their home countries than to be here at risk of being locked up unlawfully because they've seen it already happen to friends and neighbors and coworkers here.
My last one, overwhelming, we saw a community organized, try to prevent for this happen, and an overwhelming room full of people against of the decision. So how the community organizers like you, Anna, are prepared for the next dates and coming? So what is the plan as a community that you are creating? Are you working together?
Yes, there's several groups that are already out there with plans on the ground to be able to help people that are at higher risk. And then we have another meeting again today. We had one earlier. We're having another one today, just to put some plans in place to help be prepared because of things that have already happened, and with this having the propensity for more things and on a bigger scale to happen here.
Well, we appreciate Anna. She's a
Mhm.
community organizer,
Yes.
leader on Branson, Missouri, who came to us when we called and we was looking, somebody talked about her. Let us know what is happening. And I want to let
Of
you know
course.
that our doors are open for when the news
Okay.
are there in Branson.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.